There's a kind of exhaustion that feels almost embarrassing to admit. You look back at the day and nothing stands out. No hard work, no long hours, no obvious reason, and yet your body feels heavy. Your mind feels dull. Even standing up feels like effort. You think, I did nothing all day, so why do I feel so drained? That question hurts more than the exhaustion itself, because exhaustion from effort feels justified. This doesn't, so it turns into self-blame. You tell yourself you wasted the day, that something must be wrong with you, that other people manage life better than this. But here's the truth most people never consider. This exhaustion doesn't come from doing nothing. It comes from holding yourself back all day. Picture this. It's mid-afternoon, you're scrolling on your phone, but you're not relaxed. Your shoulders are slightly raised, your jaw is clenched without you noticing. Every few minutes, the same thought appears. I should be doing something. You open an app, close it, switch to another. Time passes, but your body never settles. This isn't rest. Real rest feels permissive. This feels tense. Psychologically, this kind of exhaustion is created by constant internal effort, not action. Even while you're doing nothing, your nervous system may be working non-stop, monitoring, evaluating, holding impulses back. That quiet internal tension uses energy, a lot of it. And here's where something important happens, something most people miss. You don't feel tired because you avoided your tasks. You feel tired because you spent the entire day almost starting, almost working, almost deciding, almost moving. Your brain opened loop after loop and closed none of them. This is the moment where the story shifts, because unfinished loops don't just stay mental, they create pressure. Your system stays activated because nothing ever resolves. By evening, your body isn't asking for sleep, it's asking for relief, and the relief never came. There's another layer to this exhaustion that goes deeper than productivity. For many people, doing nothing is not emotionally neutral, it's loaded. If you learned early, directly or indirectly, that worth comes from usefulness, then inactivity triggers something painful: shame, anxiety, fear of falling behind. So even when you stop moving, your mind keeps working, judging, comparing, measuring. Your body hears that judgment as stress, and stress without movement has nowhere to go, so it sinks into fatigue. This is why scrolling all day can feel more exhausting than working, because one has release, the other has restraint. There's also a nervous system response hiding underneath this. When you feel pressure to act but don't feel safe enough to start, your system can slip into a mild freeze state. Not collapse, just inhibition. You want to move, but something inside says, not yet, it's not safe. So you stay still. But staying still while wanting to move creates friction. It's like pressing the gas and the brake at the same time. Over time, the system chooses the brake, and you feel drained. Here's the part that's uncomfortable but necessary to say out loud. Many people who experience this kind of exhaustion learned early that being alert mattered more than being at ease. They grew up needing to read rooms, anticipate moods, avoid mistakes. Their nervous system learned to stay on. So even on quiet days, their body doesn't truly stand down. It waits for the next demand, the next expectation, the next moment they'll need to perform. That waiting is work, invisible work, and invisible work still costs energy. This is why forcing productivity rarely fixes this exhaustion. Pushing harder adds pressure to a system that's already strained, and shaming yourself only increases internal resistance. So what actually helps? Not motivation, not discipline, but resolution. Think of this as the energy reset method. The goal isn't to suddenly become productive, it's to stop leaking energy through internal conflict. The first step is to name what's really happening. Instead of, I'm lazy, try, my system has been under quiet stress all day. That single sentence shifts the tone from attack to understanding. The second step is to close one loop, not everything, just one. Send one message, put one item away, open the document and write one line. Completion signals safety. Your nervous system relaxes when something ends. You'll often feel a small wave of energy return, not because the task mattered, but because the loop closed. The third step is to rest on purpose. Scrolling while feeling guilty isn't rest. Rest needs permission. You might say, for the next 10 minutes, I'm resting, and nothing else is required. No negotiation. This teaches your system that stillness doesn't equal danger. The fourth step is gentle movement, not exercise, movement. Stand up, stretch, change rooms. Energy often returns after movement, not before it. And finally, ask a different question, not what's wrong with me, but what did I spend the day holding back? Often, the answer explains the exhaustion better than any productivity metric. Here's the identity shift that changes everything. You are not someone who lacks energy. You are someone whose energy has been tied up in restraint, in self-monitoring, in avoidance, in quiet pressure. You didn't waste the day. You survived a day that demanded more from you than it showed. When you stop attacking yourself for feeling tired, your system softens, and when it softens, energy begins to return. Not explosively, but honestly. Exhaustion doesn't always mean you need to do more. Sometimes it means you've been internally pushing for too long. So if you feel drained after a day of doing nothing, pause before blaming yourself. Ask yourself instead, was I resting or was I resisting myself all day? If this question stirred something in you, you're not alone, and that realization is often where real rest begins.